Hey guys, welcome to the Emergence Podcast, a podcast that aims to empower fitness professionals through candid conversations about building sustainable minds, bodies, and businesses. I'm your host, Laura Gunder, ex professional ballet dancer turned classical Pilates instructor based in New York City, sharing my insights from a decades long journey navigating an industry with no set path to success. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're listening, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. It is Sunday for me, and I just attended a workshop at Paradigm Studio and actually had our guest, Saphi, stay with me, which was such a kind of full circle since we launched this podcast. We actually filmed the interview a couple months back, maybe I think in November, kind of, I think. But it was such a fun conversation. And actually seeing her this weekend and doing this workshop kind of really reminded me of kind of my key takeaways from our conversation and the importance of, we talked a lot about community, mindset, gratitude, integrity, and personal growth, and how having kind of a solid understanding of yourself, what you truly value, and having the ability to kind of zoom out and be really grateful for where you are in the moment and be grateful for the clients you have, no matter the season you're in, whether you're a little slower or you're extremely busy and you're feeling like you're at capacity. Because there can be times when you're super slow and you might only have one or two clients. And then there's times where you don't even have time to basically sit down and like take two breaths to yourself. And both are stressful in their own ways. But I think the ability to kind of zoom out and look at where you are and be grateful for the 2 clients and have the ability to be grateful for the 25 clients, and really being able to take a moment and reflect on why you like teaching and what kind of teacher you aspire to be, and to kind of instill that being of curiosity, care, education, and truly community within your own business and with your clientele will really do a lot of the work for you in terms of building your business, maintaining your clients, and honestly, just maintaining a sense of gratitude and integrity and keeping a positive mindset. I know, like, when things get hard, it can be really easy to slip into negativity and negative thoughts. But recently, I'll share that I have been trying to speak more positively, not only about myself, but just in general in situations. And I'm not talking about like overly positive positivity. Like, you're going to have hard days and you can acknowledge those feelings for sure. I'm just talking about, in general, really being careful about how I speak about myself, what words, how I speak to my clients, like what's coming out of my mouth. Because what we say is really important, and how we speak about ourselves, our clients listen to, and then how we speak to our clients listen to. And everything is kind of like connected. So when you're really able to be more aware of the words you're saying and sort of the mindset and the energy force field or whatever you're kind of creating around yourself, you're actually going to be able to attract or maintain a specific kind of clientele or caliber of clientele. Because in the end, we work with people, as we've said multiple times, and they come to you for multiple reasons. Obviously, your expertise is number one in education, but remember, it's also where it's a personal job. It's person to person. And a lot of people will stick around longer if they like you as a person, and if you're able to read the room and pick up on their social cues and their needs and really mirror back and really be a kind of person who cares about them and who remembers certain things about them and takes that time to really make that 45 to 50 minutes all about them. And like I've said in other podcasts last week, the last walk episode, it is important to, protect your own boundaries. But when it's that 50 minutes and your client's in the room, the more able you are to be fully present for them, the better experience you're actually going to both have, because they're going to really feel more connected to you. You'll feel more connected to them. And then you'll be able to sort of build a sense of trust, and you can actually push their pain thresholds a little bit more because they'll have that trust in you, and they might actually be able to share something with you that actually might help you push their practice. Something else we talked about was the kind of the future of fitness and the importance of such buzzwords, but intention and authenticity, which is floating around TikTok, social media. But as cheesy as it is, I think it is really true. And at the beginning of your career, as we said, it's harder to be more picky with the clientele you're taking. But as you get better and you sort of make your way and kind of sharpen you as a teacher, the easier it will be and the more freeing it will be and more enjoying it will be to teach. And that's something actually I've been thinking about because I'm so lucky to have had incredible teachers and mentors throughout my career so far. And like my mentor, Katie Ip, is such a powerhouse and honestly just so exceptional at what she does. But I used to get very anxious while teaching. She would delegate some of her clients to me, and then I would feel really anxious because I would think that I would have to think exactly like her and teach exactly like her, and it would make me really nervous, and, then I would sort of get really, really in my head and feel like I'm a horrible teacher because I didn't make the exact exercise decision she would make, and it would kind of just stunt me, and I felt like I had to teach exactly like her. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing the importance of authenticity and using all the knowledge and the tools that she teaches me, but also making space to be my own person and to carve my own kind of path within the fitness space. And I'm so lucky that she is super supportive in that way. And if you're feeling that way, if you're in a training program or you have a mentor or teacher or you're being compared to another teacher, I just want you to remember that in the end, we are all uniquely ourselves. Obviously, take from those teachers the tools that will make you a better teacher. Be open to criticism and help from other people, but also remember that you are your own teacher and that sharpening that sense of being and self and feeling like you can be fully yourself when you command a space is actually going to help you attract clients and maintain clients that you feel like you connect with. And then honestly, you'll be happier long term because you won't feel like you're going to be have to be super performative and kind of trying to be somebody you're not for 8 hours a day, which is actually exhausting. Teaching is already exhausting. So having to put that extra level of performance on there makes the job even harder than it needs to be. So yeah, just if you're struggling with that or feeling like you are comparing yourself to some other teacher or influencer, fitness influencer, influencer, just remember that there's space for everybody in this industry and that the more open you are to working with others, learning from others, but also be rooted in who you are and know that you bring a lot to the table yourself and that we can all work together and share clients, but you yourself are enough of a teacher and be, confident in who you are and your teaching style and know that you will attract the clients you want. If you're doing the work, if you're, doing your daily workouts, if you're doing your, really diving into the work and putting in the work, that your business will grow and that things tend to come together, even if it seems like it's really difficult. So that was just some of my main takeaways, which was really adaptability, being grateful, and really caring about your clients and remembering that the more open you are to working with others and building community, not only with your clientele, but everybody in the fitness industry, the better off you're going to be because it's a very small industry, but everybody is honestly, for the most part, super wonderful and nice and love to collaborate and share information. And that we all really need each other here because teachers need teachers, and it can be really isolating this industry sometimes. And I know a lot of sometimes people, when you're opening a studio, you're in there by yourself alone, but you're not alone. Like that's what this podcast is for. And I hope that you guys feel, good enough to maybe reach out to other people online. That's how I found my mentor, email people, call people, whatever, like their posts. But yeah, really connect with people because in connection and having that gratitude for yourself, for your clients, for your practice, and being like truly authentic to who you are is going to really help in those days that feel like maybe I can't keep going. So, long winded way to say, um, this episode was really, really actually super inspiring. And seeing Safi this weekend, we had a lot of conversations on gratitude and growth mindset, and really just kind of letting, putting in as much effort as you can, but also just releasing the outcome and trusting that things will be okay. And yeah, that's something I need to constantly remind myself. But again, I am trying to speak more positively about myself and just in general about certain situations. So I hope you guys have a great week. And thanks so much for listening. Bye.